So today I want to talk to you guys about a number of different things, but to start with I wanted to talk about this weapon, the VAL. Now of course this is a brand new gun to PC that's being released with the Second Assault DLC. In fact it's the only weapon you can unlock prior to those maps being released. Now I have done a video showing you guys how to unlock all of the Second Assault weapons. If you haven't seen that already, I will leave a link to that in the description below. But as I said, this is the only gun you can get your hands on at the moment before those maps are released, and it's very easy to do. All you have to do is fly around in an attack or a scout helicopter for 10 minutes and then get 10 squad repairs. So a very simple achievement to unlock to get you a great piece of kit. Now when I played Second Assault early at the EA offices down in Guildford, this was a weapon I used for practically the entire day. I thought it was a really good gun and I fell in love with it straight away. But what I wanted to ask you guys today is, do you think it's actually as good as it was in Battlefield 3? Now on paper, looking at Simplic.com, statistically this is a better weapon. Of course, we've seen a massive boost to its damage. It now does a 30% maximum damage compared to 20% in Battlefield 3. So technically it is the most powerful weapon in the game with a 900 round per minute rate of fire and a 30% maximum damage. So there is no doubt at all this thing is an absolute beast, but still something about this weapon feels to me like it's taken a serious nerf since the good old days of Battlefield 3. Now being a PDW of course means in Battlefield 4 this weapon is only available to the engineer class, which for me personally was a little bit of a shame. In Battlefield 3 this was definitely my multi-tool weapon. I love to use this in different situations, different maps. That great rate of fire made it great at close range, and that nice level of accuracy also made it pretty decent at long range as well. So it was a shame to see this weapon now only available to one class, but of course with that extremely high damage model, high rate of fire, I do understand DICE's logic and thinking about making it a PDW and not a carbine, only available and restricted to one class. Otherwise we just see every player on all game modes, all maps, all just running around with the VAL. So I do understand the logic about restricting the weapon, but again it is a shame to no longer be able to use it with different classes as we could in Battlefield 3. Now one of the biggest differences I think will have a vast effect on how this weapon is used is the magazine capacity. Now in Battlefield 3, as standard, this weapon did come with a 20 round magazine, but you could switch that out for a high capacity 30 round mag, practically making this weapon an assault rifle. In fact, it made it better than most assault rifles in the game. It had that 30 round magazine, it had a suppressor as standard, which meant you could have extra attachments on the gun, high rate of fire, and generally a better accuracy at range than any assault rifle in the game. Now in Battlefield 4 that feature is no longer available. 20 rounds is the maximum amount of bullets you can have with this gun now, which means at close range situations, if you come around a corner and there's 3 guys facing you, you are going to be very lucky to take all of those guys out without having to do a reload in between. So having 20 rounds now does make this weapon suffer a little bit at close range. So I just wanted to ask you guys what your thoughts were on this weapon, because currently I still sit on the fence. Statistically this is an improvement from Battlefield 3. We have the same rate of fire, 900 rounds per minute, but a much higher damage model. So technically this weapon is an improvement. It also has an extended drop-off distance from 6 meters to 8 meters, but when you actually get your hands on the gun, it just doesn't quite feel like it has the same amount of killing power as it did in Battlefield 3. So I just wanted to ask you guys what your thoughts were on this weapon. Leave all your thoughts and comments down below. In other news, we now have a release date for Second Assault. Origin says the 18th of February, 9 days from now, just over a week away, a little bit later than some people were expecting. Of course, some people have lost interest now as there are more exciting things on the horizon. We now have a rumoured release date for the beta of Titanfall of the 14th of February, 5 days from now. Of course, that is a closed beta. You do need a key to be involved with that game. Now I've just come back from the Titanfall launch event. I can't tell you much about it just yet, but trust me, keep your eyes on the channel. I do have some exciting Titanfall stuff coming up for you guys in the next few days. Whilst I was there, I got to hang out with all the same YouTubers I met at the Second Assault, China Rising launch, and also at Eurogamer, the likes of Charboy, Azzy, Westy, Wintergore, Jackfrags, Ali A was there, we got to hang out with Syndicate, Vicstar was there, and I did get a lot of recordings from that as well. So if you would be interested in seeing a vlog style video, as well as a Titanfall gameplay, but also if you wanted to see some stuff of just me hanging out with some other YouTubers at the event, in the hotel, in the bar afterwards, all that kind of stuff, if that's something you would like to see, tell me in the comments below and I'm sure I can hook you guys up with something. Now, as well as this, I got to meet a really cool guy called Chris who works at Nvidia, and he was telling me about some of the vast improvements we're going to see coming to Shadowplay in the next few months. Now, of course, I record all of my gameplay using Shadowplay. I currently have a GTX 680, and he was telling us we're now going to see the addition of multi-track audio recording, screen-in, screen recording, even custom resolution sizes and desktop recording available as well. So some really great new features coming to that program soon, and I may also be getting my hands on a GTX 780 Ti very soon as well. So if you would like to see a review of a brand new graphics card on my channel, tell me in the comments below. It is something I've done before. I previously showed you guys the difference between my 560 Ti SLI setup as I moved up to my single 680. So if you'd like to see a comparison between the 680 and a 780 Ti in terms of frame rate with Battlefield 4 or maybe even Titanfall, tell me in the comments below. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I do want to say, if you want to keep up to date more with all the events I go to, things like the Titanfall event or more Battlefield DLC events, follow me on Twitter. I keep you all up to date with some cool photographs and tweets about what's going on. So if you don't already follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below. Come and hang out. You stay a little bit more up to date with what's going on with the channel and also the Battlefield world in general. So come and say hello, come hang out on Twitter. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like, it does help me out a lot. Today's video was a little bit more chilled out. I just wanted to chat to you guys about some really cool upcoming stuff. And stay tuned for the channel, guys. I have some great Titanfall stuff and some cool prizes you have a chance to win very soon as well. So stay tuned for that, guys. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.